Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, August 30th, I think. I admit that I may be slightly confused on what day it is due to everything that's happened in the last couple days. I did a short little video yesterday during the day just to let people know that I am okay. I am okay. I've had a few of you saw that really long video, and it was hard to post that video, and then after thinking about it, it was like, you know what, I gotta take that video back down because I need to figure my head out right now. No, I'm not a nut job, although I was always afraid of people thinking me as a nut job. What happened to me the last couple nights, not last night, but the couple nights before that, I can fully explain. I could tell you every detail. I could tell you probably everything I said, how my body reacted. I had my very first huge, like, panic-stricken attack, like, whole body shaking, and that happened after I posted that to Facebook. And why did I post that thing to Facebook? Because I was so scared. It was like, I mean, my husband just said he started feeling weird again, and fear. It was fear, and the truth is, it's like my whole life, the pressure, like if you shake up a carbonated beverage, the pressure that builds up inside. Well, I think my life has been like a bottle of carbonated soda, and with every little thing that scared me or everything that triggered something from my past and my childhood, it shook a little more, it shook a little more. And because I wanted to protect my husband and my kids from my very real fears, I never really talked to them about it. I never talked to hardly anyone about it. It's just like, I don't know why I was afraid to be brutally honest, but I was. I was afraid of hurting people's feelings. I was afraid of scaring people, and yet after that real panic attack and everything, that's exactly what happened. I started just spewing. The top was released, and I was spewing fear from everything that was going on in my mind. I was like, I'm releasing, and it's like I have no control. And my daughter Kara was scared. Kaylee was just like, I'm going to bed. I was scaring them, and I know exactly what happened. And the truth is, the doctors did prescribe a low dose of an anxiety pill, but honestly, I picked them up from the pharmacy, and I sat in the parking lot, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here. I took one, and then that night is when I started spewing my guts, and everybody got scared. And so it's like, wait a minute. I've always said I don't like the idea of taking a pill, and no offense, some people need them, but you know what? What's really difficult for me right now is some things going on at work, and I've talked about that, and I just need to find a way to deal with that. Find a way to be, to tell people exactly what's going on, and I need to get over my fear of doing a different job, and the fact is, I need to spend some time outside of that place. And the 2 weeks that I had before, that was supposed to happen, but then my husband's stuff came up, and then it just, the fear, a little more shaking of the bottle. It's like, okay, no, now, despite everything, I need to take care of me too, and I need others to help me take care of me. And by posting that on Facebook and by doing the video, I found there are a lot of people that do care, and I just gotta be able to have trust in them and, know that they're there. But anyway, besides that, I wanted to share a couple things that happened the last 2 nights that really were very healing for my heart and just made me see for real who I can be. I've been very real on YouTube for a long time. But the problem is I haven't been able to be that real to people that I can see and touch, you know what I mean? I've been scared to strike up conversation with other guys when my husband is standing there for fear that my husband might think, what are you doing? You know, like infidelity type things. It's just what it is. But anyway, I've opened up about that with him, and so he's like, are you crazy? No. Anyway, so last night my husband and I were working at the volunteering for the high school band at the local pizza shop, and we had wrapped it up. We were at the counter talking with one of the guys that actually works there. He was preparing our meal, and this guy came in, probably right around my age, I'm guessing, and he was just standing there off to the side, and I said, oh, we're just kind of blocking, we're blocking the counter. Do you need to pick something up? And he's like, actually, I need to make an order, but feel free to take your time because I'm in no hurry. So he came up to the counter next to us, and he was just looking over the menu, and I was talking to him about some of the stuff we try and what's good, and then I noticed on his right arm a tattoo of a lion. And this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, ever. And I said to him, I'm like, wow, that lion on your arm is beautiful. And there was more to the tattoo. I'm going to tell you, there was a lion, and you're not seeing my arm, so you're going to have a hard time, but there's a lion on his forearm, like just under his, on the front there. And then just below that, there was a little sheep or lamb. And then, up to the side of the lion, but a little bit, the head of the little boy was like, anyway, it was a little boy, a lion, and a lamb or a sheep together, and I said, wow, I love lions, to me they're strength and beauty, and I said, that's a beautiful tattoo, and he showed me, and I could just see in his face as he told me that the boy in the picture, or in the tattoo, was his brother that died when he was 14. And I could just hear the brokenness and when he told me that. But he said, I know that for those, the Christian faith, the lion and the lamb thing, he's like, I don't know a lot of it. I'm like, neither do I, but I know what you're talking about. He said, but to me, this means, what did he say? Like unity and stuff like that or whatever. I mean, he explained what he felt this tat meant to him, or what it did mean to him, and I could just feel and see the emotion coming through, not that he cried or anything, but I could sense it. And I said to him, we talked more, and I said, hey, if you don't mind supporting the marching band up here in town, tell them you want the band special. You'll get a large, any large you want, for $10. So I was passing off this deal to someone that had nothing to do with the band program. I didn't know if he had kids in the school or anything, but as we were going to leave, we were so friendly with him, talking amongst the three of us and then the guy behind the counter. And as we were leaving, he says, hey, it's nice been talking to you. My name's Scott, by the way. And he shook my hand. I introduced myself. My husband introduced himself, and we kind of said where we live. And I have never striked up a conversation with a stranger in that way that I had no idea who he was. It was powerful. I felt so... When I left there, I said to my husband, I'm like, oh my gosh, I felt a connection to that guy some way. It was real. It was so cool. And I told him, I said, I love tattoos, but I've always been afraid to get one. And he's like, well, it's not for everyone. And great moment. And then the other thing happened, Tuesday night. We had to be at the middle school for the Meet the Teacher night. We set up our script table, and it's, a fundraiser for band, and And so I think as kind of to test me, my husband took off and left me sitting there by myself, kind of forcing me to talk to people. And so I did, and I, introduced the program to quite a few people, and as they went on their way, I kept sitting there, I'm thinking, wow, I'm really doing good at this. I know how to talk to people. And when my husband did come back, he'd be talking to the parent, and I would actually distract one of their kids and just like look at something. They may have had a shirt on, or I just struck up a conversation. Oh, hey, I noticed you have a peace sign on your shirt. Do you like peace signs? Or, a little boy, hey, what's your favorite class? Or do you have a favorite teacher? What'd you do over summer? I struck up conversations with these kids, and they opened up to me. It was so cool. One in particular, she came up with her kid, and she was talking to us, and she was like, he really wanted to do band, but we can't afford the instrument. And I just chimed right up, and I said, guess what? If he really wants to be in band, I suggest you talk to someone, because they have a lot of different things they could probably help you out. Music is it's a good thing to get your kid into, especially if they have a passion for it or even a desire to want to try. I said, talk to the band director here at the school and let him know how you feel, because he could probably get you into an instrument agreement or a free play until you can slowly afford to rent whatever. There's programs. And I said, it doesn't hurt to ask at all, And so they did that, and they came back, and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you. He's going to be able to take band this year. I'm like, it was like that. I wanted to cry right then, but it's like, okay, I can't cry in front of all these people. It was, my skin just got all tingly everywhere. I felt so good that I was able to do that for a young kid. He was so happy. I'm like, oh my gosh, see? It doesn't hurt to ask, and I gotta learn that myself. I gotta practice what I preach. Not that I'm preaching, never mind. But those two moments made me feel damn near on top of the world, and it had nothing to do with the way I look, my weight, nothing. So anyway, the fact that I've been able to spew all of my life's fears has really helped me. But the thing now is, I gotta realize that it's very true. A lot of the fears I have were because of the way my dad talked to me and my desire to try to please him, even though the one in my family that I really connected to was my mom. My mom was morbidly obese. We shared a lot of things. And the other thing I gotta remember and try to heal from is that while I connected so well with my mom and she was my best friend, when she died, it's because she wanted to. She wanted to be with her mom, who was already in heaven. She didn't want to fight this obesity. She didn't want to. She may have said she wanted to, but deep inside her, she wasn't willing to admit she didn't want to. She wanted her mom, and her mom was in heaven. And that's the truth. And the truth is setting me free. It has nothing to do with weight. Okay, so before, I think that's a big part of what's been holding on to my weight. I was trying to do so much for so many that it's just like, and without me even realizing it, I was comparing myself to so many, because this person is doing all of this running or whatever. I felt like I gotta keep up with that. Wow, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? I kept saying I wasn't comparing or trying to keep up, but bottom line is I am my own person. I have my own story. My journey's going to be different. I gotta accept that all I can do is walk. I can't pretend I can work up to running a 5K. I might not ever want to run. I don't want to run, bottom line. I've said it before, I don't want to run. People that have had such success losing weight all this really fast is because they've been, the ones that I have watched a lot is because they've been running and running and running and working the weights and working the weights, and this whole fear has kept me bondage. And now that that's been just spewed and released, I think I can move forward focusing on other things that are making me happy. And when I'm happy, truly happy, feeling good about helping someone in my real life, it's truly like when you change your, in this case, when you make your heart feel good, it's going to help your mind. And it is a Rob Reno thing, and I don't mean to steal your thunder, dude, but it's true. Change my heart feels good, therefore my mind is feeling better. And admitting that I can't do those things right now. Fact of the matter is, I weigh this much, but guess what? Don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't care what my body looks like, but I gotta be real here. I can't be living some rules that other people are living because those rules work for them. No. They may not work for me. Period. I'm my own person. And, and I've talked to my husband too. I was trying to do that 90-day challenge with the shakes and whatnot. Guess what? It's going to work for my husband, but it doesn't work for me. Why? Because I don't want to have a shake every morning. I don't need to. I can live healthy with food, and I've said it before, and I can live healthy eating food that I enjoy. That's what I believe, and I need to stick to what I believe. Not what anyone else might believe. What I believe. Because what I believe is going to work for me is going to work. And I can watch your stories, and what I got to keep in mind is what's working for you is great and fine, and it's going to work for you. But because it's working for you doesn't mean it's going to work for me. I think there is a big weight loss community out there, but I think there's different sectors of it. And I've been struggling to find the right sector. And just because I had weight loss surgery and all these people did too, guess what? Just because it's working for them doesn't mean it's going to work the same for me. Yeah, I had weight loss surgery. Does that mean that it puts me in some bubble over here that's, I gotta stay here because that's what everybody else is doing? No. No. And I gotta accept that, and it's been hard, but I do feel relieved. I am off work for a couple weeks again, and I gotta feel not guilty about that. I gotta trust that this is the way it should be, because guess what? That team of 6, I've done so much to help the customers outside that team, and I kind of feel bad for the customers, but guess what? If the customer isn't getting taken care of, it's not because I'm not there, it's because someone is not picking up the slack, and that has nothing to do with me. I gotta take care of me right now. That's what's important right now. Me. And it's not a selfish thing. It's not. So, take care of me, I can help others. Take care of me, I can help others, just like I'm doing right now. Someone is getting something from this. I just know it. I just know it. And you wouldn't believe how many messages I got on my personal Facebook, and comments and messages. In private messages, because people were afraid to post to that thread. It was amazing. It's an amazing moment for me. And so now I gotta keep taking little baby steps. Little baby steps. And I know that just by feeling good, the weight may drop. And the only reason I'm gonna weigh on Saturdays is because I have to for my insurance program at work. I know this is just day 2 after all these events have happened, but I feel good that every little day is going to help. By the way, I tried the Crackle nail polish, black. on the bottom with the white crackle stuff on the top. It's really cool. So, and the truth is that I like nail polish, but I never thought it'd look good on me. I never thought it would be like, why would, why would I want to wear nail polish? It's like fake. Well, no, not necessarily. Some of the people that wear it may be fake or afraid to admit something or hiding from something. But I'm doing it to kind of scratch my way out of my shackled box I've been in for a long time. So I'm trying some different things and I'm seeing how it makes me feel. I'm not a girly girl, I know that, but I'm someone that is worth making sure I look, I can see the good in me and not being afraid to spruce it up just a little bit more with just a little hint of fashion and style, whatever. So I don't know. I've just spewed again to you guys, so that's how it is. And I am gonna write more. I haven't created that blog yet, but I'm going to because I enjoy writing. And I'm going to create a schedule of my day where I can include my husband in me time, daughters in me time if they're around, and then, me time, and then still be able to sleep at night and get adequate sleep. I'm going to take my vitamins. My vitamins are what's going to help me, not the little anxiety pill, because that pill, I think, made me freak out. And the burning, the weird tingly burning feelings I sometimes feel, it's some sort of just power surge is what's going on, and it's like I gotta find the way to release it and move forward. It's like the beacon of light in the ocean helping the ship sail in or whatever. Anyway, that's it, guys. Tonight is a football game for the high school, our first home football game. So I'm going to try to get this thing to charge up after I, load this video this morning so that I can get video clips of marching band show tonight, because guess what? I'm a band geek and I'm proud. And not only that, I'm a band geek parent and I'm proud. Yes. And that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line, because Daddy May said so. Okay. Thanks for riding along on my roller coaster of life. Peace, love, smiles. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.